Bear market blues could make you cry. We are so glad you made it to probably a fuddy, sad berry stream. But we're here together.
Club NGMI.
NFTs, huh? NFTs.
So boring.
You mean Yugas?
Oh, God. The pre-show chat was so bad for this thing. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. I'm bored. I'm bored too. so bad.
It's a good thing. Well, think if Yuga Labs didn't buy Larva Labs, like how bored we'd be this week. Like that's the only interesting thing to talk about, probably. Other than that,
we'd be talking about like the doodles at South by Southwest, the little vehicle. That would be our top story.
There's a Doodles vehicle. I didn't see the vehicle.
Like if you bought something at their store, because it was sponsored by Shopify, so I think it was a Shopify thing. But they had this little vehicle. If you go on the Doodles, they probably have.
Oh, it delivered your package. I saw that
in the bag on this little
it was cool.
Doodle vehicle, and it comes through and it like comes down and it delivers it to you.
It actually looks pretty cool, like for what it was.
I'm not fudding the Doodles because I'm sure it was great and everything, but I watched some of the fireside chat and like that's why I don't want to go to NFT stuff. Like, does that sound fun? Does that look like? Are you having fun?
I mean, that was the DeFi Kingdoms one that I went to.
Fun? Bunch of nerds hanging out, talking about their NFTs. Yeah,
I had a 2 in like 60 chance at getting a Gen Zero though, so there's probably some cool rewards for just sitting there and watching an hour and a half of, nerd speak. I feel like you would love that. No,
it depends on the kind of nerd stuff.
Do you not think people sit around and say like, "Look at these 3 losers sitting around talking NFTs on their Why would anyone want to do that? Yeah, so we can't really make fun. I'm sure.
Sure we can, but I was about to tell Lou, from a part of getting older is just feeling better about like I like that and I don't like that, and just feeling okay with I like that and I don't like that. I like talking to my internet friends on the internet, via stream, because then I can go to bed. And via chat because I can go and just leave and walk away. But if I'm at a Doodles like fireside chat, I feel the pressure to just sit there and listen to Poopy tell me about how they're revolutionizing NFTs, and like that's it's just legitimately no shade at Doodles whatsoever. It's a me thing, not a Doodles thing. It's just not my bag.
So you would have gone to the Diplo after party instead.
We're just too old, Dangy, is the problem. Lou would probably like it because he'd hang out with all of his like similar age friends.
Yeah, what would Lou do? Would you?
I would do the Diplo after party and the vehicle delivering you a bag of shirts or whatever's in there.
But like, I'm thinking like, how would you schedule your intoxicants? Would it be like a concert where you like pace it out? Like at dinner, you're stone cold sober, and then you have a drink, and then maybe you eat a gummy or whatever, and then like then when Diplo hits, when the drop hits, then you're ready to go. Like
honestly, that Doodles event probably would be a fun one to not
close the browser, Frankie. Frankie, go away. You're free. You enjoy your freedom, Frankie.
He wins one giveaway and he's like feels obligated.
Frankie wins a lot of giveaways. He won our first ever giveaway.
He won like a misfit. He won
he won the package of stuff, and then he won the NGMI token.
Oh my god, that's right.
That's why he keeps coming back. He knows he can win stuff.
I feel like he has to
fly away, Frankie.
We paid for his viewership. We're good.
I want to go back to what Tony Marquis mentioned. Beep boop. I've seen that on crypto Twitter. I've seen that on NFT Twitter. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Can somebody in the chat help me?
I think you just said it's robot noise.
There's got to be something. Oh, we got a puppy cam.
Oh yeah, that's part of the nice thing with the new setup is you just see the dog sleeping in the back.
Let's just do that. I just
He
watch
was
the
just
dog.
chilling before, but now my camera shifted towards that way a little more, so you can actually see it.
Good
And
God.
then the oily that I have back here, that's pretty much the same pose that the doodle figurines. I don't know if that's what you're calling them. They're getting one of those now.
$500 or whatever those cost. Did you get one, Lou?
$350.
Did you get one?
Yeah, so if you're a holder, you could get 2 for 1. Well, not 2 for 1. It was like 2 for 600 plus tax.
So that's basically free, right?
I know. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking of getting it. It's like,
How big is
it
it?
said it's like 10 by 6 inches or something like that. So I don't know.
Congrats.
It's a statue or a poster?
It's like a statue. Yeah, physical.
Wow,
It's
that's
a
pretty
figurine.
big. That's pretty big.
So we'll see. I'm not sure. I think it'll be cool. I'm still waiting on my Gutter Cat merch from August that never showed up. So I think that people are saying they were getting their lemons, the hoodies.
Yeah.
In this. I
Cult
didn't get
Skull,
one,
allegedly.
or else I'd wore it. But yeah, those are coming back out. So
When's
back to
our
physical
Zuki
world.
merch coming? For everyone else,
You get one for the Bobu?
No, they're supposed
participating
to release something by the end of February, and yeah, that's 2 weeks gone. But
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that deadline.
yeah, they said end of February. The red bean jacket.
You
know what I ordered physical?
Refocused on Bobu.
You know what I ordered physical this week? Finally, my physical punks comic. It's gonna come in a fancy case. I'm gonna show it on the stream next time. It's gonna be so awesome.
It's gonna be good.
Speaking of nerds,
When's our physical purrs? I feel like there was something about physical purrs months ago.
You always did the preview, right? You always did previews for it.
There's a hoodie.
It's like this big. No,
at some point there's a figurine.
It's like a figurine one. There's one of yours that we saw. It had your like name on the bottom. I'm sure. I bet the shill has one.
No,
No,
the shill does not.
I like Carlini showed like the preview of like a light, and it was like a cat head. I'm not sure if that was just for him or if it's going to be a thing eventually, but that was kind of cool.
I'll give you this, Alpha. The team agreed that was cool.
Oh, Alpha, free Alpha. Only 20 viewers only get that Alpha.
And here's more Alpha. I don't know even if Carlini's gotten the merch that he's ordered, but he was rugged by the people delivering stuff. Some people got it literally across the world before Carlini did. And it was, I believe it was shipped from the UK. Jesse, what? What is Jesse talking about?
The
How did you guys?
Oh yeah. Those are they were like they had some partnership with some like streetwear.
That's
brand.
what happened today. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're over in 1F, I think.
Yeah. Colette Paris.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that partnership going to do? Like,
I don't even know what that is.
It's going to get you the right to buy something for $200. Is that what we're doing here?
This is more like the. I hate to compare it to the beans because that one was just like whatever. This was like a brand already that they made NFTs of. So I think they might have already been connected to other brands. And so this was just like one of their connections. I think that's why they were as high as they were. Yeah. Oh man. How many does Jesse have over there? He's the dower on these.
Wasn't that dower character? Character's been around for like a decade or so, right?
Yeah. So I think they already had connections in some way. And so that's why the price was above floor, because I think people were talking about that something like this was going to happen.
Well, I think the person that made it's actually like somewhat known, right? I just missed it too.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened. I wasn't around when it minted out.
I think it was on a Saturday.
Yeah, weekend.
Being
dads.
It was also 0.1, and it was during that. Well, everything we mint right now just fails, and it's like 0.1. I was going back and forth on it as well, and didn't end up doing it.
I do find lately all the good mints are on the weekend or like Friday night, and it's a struggle that way. Like hardly anything releases during the day anymore. If anything, it's 7 Eastern on a weeknight or on the weekend. It's like
Well,
there's no effect from the ads.
Can we talk about this? It's been 2 different mints now that I got the time wrong because I think because of the daylight savings time change. I think NFT calendars or websites just didn't account for it.
Yeah,
And that's
people were
happened
saying that
twice.
about Muri, right? On the weekend, I think they thought it was
Muri.
Yeah.
And then there was one small mint. I forget. Oh God, what was it? I'll look it up. Something parcels, I think, that I found this randomly on Twitter. No, let me find it. Give me 2 seconds. Lucid Planet was the other one that I thought it was at one time and then it was an hour later. But I was picking up my kid anyway, so whatever. Jesse, is the mint and flip market coming back? No.
Jesse,
No.
we're dead. We're dead. This is our last show. We're gonna announce at the end of the show.
Was not. It was not slow to mint out. It minted out that day.
No, yeah, it wasn't that slow. Like I remember
it minted out
talking
the same
about
day.
it that
I took a nap,
but it was slow compared to what we're used to. Like we're used to things selling out in half an hour max, right? Like if things take 4 hours, it's
24-hour pre-sale stuff too that might have made it feel longer.
Well, and that's how projects are working right now. They go, okay, we're going to open up public sale. Wait, it doesn't immediately mint out in an hour? Cut in supply, lower in price. We just need to get this thing done. Like, it seems silly. I don't know. Let it breathe a little bit, I guess. Show some life.
I think the worry with showing it life is everyone undercuts the floor constantly, and then no one's ever going to mint if it gets too low, right? Like, well, I'm going to mint something for 0.1 if the floor is 0.03, right?
Totally.
Like that instantly ruins it. Like, so you got, like, that's the problem if you wait too long, right?
In that one, it was like 0.12, because this was, I was going back and forth. Like, that one didn't look like it was worth minting at 0.1 at the time of mint.
Yeah.
That's sort of what it was. It's like there's only, however, 4,000 left or whatever, but it was a 0.12. So it looked like the previous ones, when they did that, fell off. It was kind of like the rubber duck bath party one. It was very similar, I think, pricing wise to that. Well, more expensive mint, but same idea. Those have been pumping. I saw you sold one of those, Dangy.
Yeah, I'm out of those.
The ducks.
I'm doing my classic wintry vibes of like, why do I have this JPEG? It's stupid. I'm back. And a couple of people, like you all watch my wallet way too much. I mean it. I'm bad at this. Either you clearly watch my wallet if you want. Just laugh at me being dumb. That's fine. People are like, dang you, I didn't know it can go down to 6 decimal points. Yeah. Today I learned gem can't list at 0. So you got to go almost at 0 when you're minting.
Why don't you just trying to list it on OpenSea then?
Because I'm trying to go quick. Gem's quicker. When you're listing your 20 nomenclatures at 0, you just want to rip them out.
Why don't you just send them to that barn thing then, right?
That's what people are talking about today, weren't they?
Barn
guy.
There's like a tax harvester guy, or you can just send them to him.
Right? That guy's making bank on some stuff from the end of the year.
That's pretty smart.
He had a bunch of the multiverse, which are now 0.6 floor. He sold like 10 of those.
That's how he makes his how he does okay. He has all he needs is a couple projects that people like totally wrote off, and he makes some money off of them. Right?
He doesn't because he doesn't have to interact with them at all.
No,
unless they're up and all of a sudden worth it. And there's that one. What was the other one? There was MFers. He might have gotten some of those at the end of last year.
Like slim hoods or mood rollers. I bet he got some of those near.
I'm not sure how many of those ones ended up.
Well, they were almost 0, I think.
Did they get that far?
Yeah.
What?
Pretty close.
I knew they were under 0.1.
Good point. Like, what are we doing here? Just give me your dust, and I'll take the chance at it mooning.
But you just said you're giving away your dust.
I can't even pay attention to my own dust.
Can't take your own dust.
Yeah. My own dust is overwhelmingly hard to manage. Can't manage anyone else's dust.
It does get to that point. I don't know how some of you guys do it. I think we've talked about it in the past where I feel like I don't get up to as many items as some people in our chat do. I mean, people that have thousands. I don't know how they do it. I try to get rid of
I'm
them
at
as fast.
300, I think, in my
Yeah.
non-hidden, and it's too overwhelming. I can't even like scroll back more than like 50. I don't even remember what some of that stuff is anymore. It's just like lost in there.
Yeah.
I'm at 111 and I wanted to clean stuff up. It's bad.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
like
man, yeah,
180.
you're way cleaner. I need to, but I guarantee I have a 300, I think, and probably 250 of those are below 0.02. You know what I mean? Like most of it's worthless. It's just like, how much time do I want to spend cleaning that stuff up, right?
Yeah.
Or you bundle, you bundle like a dozen dicks together and try to sell them at one. It worked. I did a 5 bundle for the price that I minted 10 at, and it sold. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell off the other 5, but back to even.
Yeah,
there you go.
Uh,
Uh,
I have almost 5,000 in my hidden folder, Jesse, mostly sent to me.
Yeah, you and Babs, you and Trey. I don't hold blue chips. I sell way too quickly for that. But so I never had like the Bored Ape or even the doodles in my wallet when those were the ones where you were just targeting holders with just dust.
Yeah, and I think they kept attacking us, Lou, because I think we kept selling those like bored mirror apes, and I think that put us on like some kind of wallet.
Like, ooh, these guys interact. With
these guys actually interact with these scam ones. Let's send them more. It was worth it, though.
We made like an ETH off of those.
Yeah, it was so worth it
for free.
That's crazy.
I just can't believe people were buying them. Right?
Even Trey was saying like, yeah, I get dust sent to me and I can sell it, and he was compile the dust into plywood. It's great.
Yeah.
How are we fighting the boredom? Like, are you even fighting the boredom anymore? I guess, Lou. Like, what are you doing to stay on top of things?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what you mean by boredom. Like I never really was minting multiple things every day for a full week at a time. So maybe that's how I'm balancing it. Like in general, I go on like waves, like I'll have multiple days in a row where I just have 0 activity. So maybe that's how I'm doing it. I am, and this is tough to say because we're not even through the first quarter of the year. I think I'm pretty over the whole game idea that people were like, oh, 2022 is the year of games. Basically any project that said they had a game on their roadmap, like unless that project has I don't know what the threshold would be, but probably has to have at least a 5/8 floor to even potentially be able to make a game that would be working. Just like funding wise, unless it was like planned to be a game from the start. Because I mean, Illuvium, I think, is in beta right now.
Still,
I think they're in beta, but I'm not sure if it's public beta or not. But they have been like a game the whole time. They didn't like release stuff and then halfway through decide to be a game. Anything that decided to be a game later, it's just like isn't working. And I think that's partially like what's happening with just ApeCoin. Like
Chicken Derby?
Let's go buy CryptoPunks, then we don't have to make a coin. I don't know.
I think people are finding out that games take a lot longer to make than what they thought when they first put those things on roadmaps, right? Like I think 2024 is the year of the game when those are finally released. Like, even like Chicken Derby, like originally most people thought that was going to come out in like, November or something, right? Like at the latest, like, and that was like the latest. Like I think people were talking like September or something, right? Like I can't remember when the first drop was, but the timeline like
they
didn't
said
seem
Q3,
right? Like Q3. So like even that's like it's been in beta for a couple months and it doesn't seem to really be moving that long, right? But sure, it works.
Game wise. But I mean Zed, and this is something that Carlini was always telling us, like Zed's been around for like 3 years. It took them that long to get where they currently are.
And it's not amazing. It's basically like horses that race in a straight line and they're all kind of the same. Like it's not like a revolutionary game. Sure, it's like it's cool, but it's not the best game ever, and that took 3 years. So yeah, it kind of makes you a little bearish on the whole games thing.
Furballs, big. We got some Furballs fans in the chat.
And you know what? I actually
Cool
liked.
game.
So I bought into Raid Party, and then the
Yes,
bear
how's that
hit.
game going?
The bear hit, and I actually liked the game. Like the concept's cool. It's an idle game, but it's got some game theory. Like you can burn fighters, you can level them up, but you realize right away that this is an expensive game. Like it's a whale game. Like to keep up and to play the game, I probably would have had to invest another, 5 to 8 F.
Is
and
this
like
live?
No,
Oh,
this is
man.
me going just to my browser.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to put that much more in, but actually, like the game's really good. Like the fighter floor is like 0.85.
Can you turn the sound down?
Yeah.
It's like so
The
loud.
fighter floor for like Raid Party is like 0.85. Like people are like almost getting their money back that they put in. So like it's successful that way.
Original
Like,
price, or like if they
yeah, like some people are almost getting back to
secondary?
break even if they were to like sell most of their stuff, right? So
I mean, Otto's making 10K a day.
yeah, which he invested 120, I think.
He invested that, but he's also probably not counting compounding. Like he's probably added another 20 ETH from compounding.
Well, yeah, that's what I wasn't sure. But anyway,
He's
it's
not
an
taking
expensive
that.
game. I kind of wish I had it still, just because I do
You don't
find
have any?
NFTs. No, I sold them all.
Okay.
I didn't want to put another 5 to 8 Ethereum in. I was kind of like, my cost base is already high. I know I'm gonna have to invest a lot more to keep playing, just to keep up. I didn't want to do that in the kind of like the bear feeling, right? So, but now looking back, obviously it was a bad call, and I wish I would have had something to kind of keep my entertainment because I don't know, I'm mentally exhausted. I'm a little checked out these days.
Then maybe it's better to not. be
Yeah,
playing
like
it.
having a hard time, like even wanting to join discords to try and get whitelist and all that, like playing that whole game, getting exhausting. But like, the three of us, we've been doing this for almost a full year now. Like it's been a long time, right? So I can see why it's starting to get stale a little bit for some of us.
Yeah.
Stale? What do you mean? You could pay $700 right now in US dollars to have the right to play Brick Breaker on chain, but you could play it anyway. But then you have access to the leaderboard if you pay the $700. It's that easy. $700, and then you could be on the leaderboard. And I only bring that up because it's a true achievement to have a game as this thing is minting. I'm talking about the G Money Brick Breakers, and that's how low the bar is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the type of thing where, right, like all these games were cool and the idea of them were cool, but then when it's like, oh, you need 7 characters of this, and it's like, it's not the same as if you're playing like normal games. You don't have to spend more than $60 for the game, and you can play it unlimited. So it's like, how are these games going to compete with those when the others are better quality and cheaper entry point at the end of the day?
But can that be a comment on the whole NFT ecosystem, right? Like,
oh my God,
is like we're gonna get into that one. Yeah. Like, our doodle's really worth 25,000 for a picture, right?
I mean,
like,
I would argue they're more than these games.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the whole problem. Is almost everything to me feels overpriced, right? Like anything NFT, whether or not it's game, profile, picture related, like you can make the argument that all of it feels overpriced, right? And is that due for a correction? Like, should we have to pay $600 to play this shitty game that you can buy for $30 to play on your PlayStation, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, we've kind of been in that pullback. We had the initial pullback, and then January like changed people's minds back to, oh no, all these things can be 25 ETH floors when it already wasn't realistic. So it's like we're getting a further pullback now. I think the Yuga Labs stuff almost makes it like, I think we're going to see a few mid-range projects grouped together, because like, how can you compete with someone as big as Yuga Labs now? So I think it's going to create more consolidation on projects, and it's already an idea now that you could just buy another project and kind of share. That's one way to expand your ecosystem also. So yeah, I mean, we've kind of talked about this before where like, should there be this many projects above 1 ETH? Like there's a lot over 5 ETH, but oh, is this the Dom game?
Let
What is this?
Yeah.
I'm curious on the Yuga Labs thing, so we've got to talk about it because it was probably the biggest news for this week. If you were an ape owner or Punk's owner, are you bullish on that deal or indifferent, or like what would you think? Is that a good thing for the NFT space having, one major player? Like I think it brings legitimacy to the Yuga Labs. Like they're obviously far and away the best NFT company now.
Yeah.
Is it good for the people holding those projects? Is it good for the NFT space? Like in my head, I make the argument that I think it's good for the NFT space, but if I was a holder, I don't think it's great. I think it sends the message that Yuga Labs wants to be a NFT company rather than a Bored Ape company, which, having lower entry points to get in, like, why would I pay for the 100 ETH floor one when I can buy their new project for 0.3 or whatever, right? Like, and the CEO had an interview and she made this point that she wanted it to be more accessible. Like Yuga Labs wants a lower entry point for a project, and it made it seem like they want to do a new project. And I think this just leads to, another example of how they don't just want to be a Bored Ape company, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it solidifies that apes will stay above punks. But I think if I were a punk holder, I wouldn't be too happy. There are people that are punk holders that are saying they do like it though. So I don't know, maybe it's harder from outside looking in. Yeah, I mean, overall market, like I said before, and maybe this is where the boredom was going to come from. It's like unachievable to reach them now. So it's like, are others going to try? Like, it almost takes some of that excitement away. Like, you can't have the apes versus punks argument anymore. It's just like not going to be it anymore. Maybe they have another project that combine. Maybe they get an official derivative. That's a Yuga punk ape.
Bored Ape Punk Club.
Bored Ape Punk.
It's right there.
Yugas.
I think the reaction is based upon your feelings about Look Labs, Larva Labs.
Look Labs.
Looks Labs, that's the weed game.
That's Beanie.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I apologize. So Larva Labs, because plenty of punk people are like, you guys haven't done anything. You made this thing, and then you've done nothing. At least for punk holders.
Some people like that.
Some people like that, correct. And it's on chain. The punks are just the punks, and the whole idea is they were early. I'm not going to get into the whole first thing, but they were early PFP project, and that was it. So it's kind of like Bitcoin versus ETH in that way. You poke the punks with a stick, and they don't do anything. You poke the Bored Ape Yacht Club with a stick, and they throw a yacht party, literally a yacht party. So it's two different vibes. So I'm very curious about how those vibes are going to mesh and how Yuga is going to, whether they're going to pull Bored Apes more towards the do less, kind of like Veblen-y vibe of like, we're just apes and this is what we do, or if they're going to pull the punks forward and actually do stuff. Based upon the licensing changes and the G Money stuff that came out today, I think it's going to be more pulling punks towards the apes and doing stuff with the punks as a project. But I think it'll be somewhere kind of in the middle. I don't know. I read there was some tweet about how Yuga was staffing up and hiring folks, and they're up to like 30 people or 50 people, which still that still seems light for this big of a project. Like,
I think one argument you can make is they outsource the game, so it's not 50 people probably internally working on the Bored Ape game. Like, I'm not sure how many people the Aminico Games or whatever has at that company, but it's a legit game company, right? So I'm sure they have the people, the staff to majorly make the game on that side. So I don't know, how many people do you need to expand the rest of a NFT project? I'm not sure. 50 seems like a lot compared to most of them, but is it enough for a company that has 300 million of revenue?
Pull up Jesse's comment, because I think that's interesting. Where I think it was the other one is the one talking about how they're getting the Punks marketplace, and if Bored Apes go off of OpenSea, is that going to be an OpenSea killer if they do their own marketplace? How Punks have their own marketplace, because Yuga basically took the top 5 or like 5 of the top 7 by volume projects. They are taking that. If they go and make their own marketplace, that's going to be what kills OpenSea. I mean, it's going to be what CyberKongz is then going to be probably the next biggest one on there.
I wonder, like, total OpenSea volume, if you took away Bored Apes, Mutants, and the dogs, how much lower their percentage of volume would be in the last 3 to 4 months, right? Like, because that's
something like 50K, I think, Ethereum in secondary. Those 3.
Oh, it's more, isn't it?
I thought
like Bored Ape by itself is like 400.
35K.
It's like 422,000. It's an insane number. Yes.
Maybe I'm missing
It's an insane number. Then. Yeah. Like between the 3 of those, like.
Yeah.
It's about 10,000 ETH in fees.
426.
Yeah. 426,000 trading volume. So yeah. For Bored Apes, and then Mutants is.
And then the Kennel Dogs 67. So
that's
like
that'd
500K. 500K ETH.
It's a lot, right? Like if you take away those.
I think that's going to be what'll be interesting if they take that. Smart of them too.
Yeah, that's got to be a next play, because then other folks, you could recruit or curate certain projects that you allow on your own platform, and then you keep you keep whatever prestige that's associated with the Yuga platform, and then you could build out your ecosystem there, because that's more recurring revenue for you and for your projects. But the counterpoint to that is it's a little bit of a different ballgame if we're talking Punks and Apes are traded only on this platform, but Looks Rare's had trouble getting traction. X2Y2, I could barely remember the URL when I went to go looking for a deal somewhere on a project.
You start typing in X2 and it fills it out up top.
I got mixed up between Universe XYZ. I started typing XY and then it didn't go anywhere. So that's where I got the X2Y2. So getting market share would be a challenge, but I don't know. It's as far as like macro stuff goes, I think we're in a lull in NFTs. I think people need to build, and there needs to be breaking news from Baltimore. Race ID 6969. I believe that's Chicken Derby. A $275 prize pool.
I haven't watched one of those yet, actually.
Yeah.
Is that going on right now?
Baltimore, if you have a link,
are we able to
watch it live?
That'd be funny.
I'd love to. Let me see.
You might have to be in the beta. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'll buy a chicken.
I thought anyone could watch, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that.
I mean, it's chickenderby.com. We'll see what we can do. So getting market share will be interesting. I also don't. I am not capable of thinking like a big company like that and what their moves would be or their plans are. So I have no clue what the next steps are.
Yeah, like if you watch that interview with the CEO of Yuga Labs, like she made it seem like they want to keep like Bored Ape isn't just their thought process. Like they want to release new things, get NFTs in the hands of public at like a cheaper entry point. So like again, if you're releasing new things and you have your own marketplace, like again that hurts.
Oh boy, here we go.
Is it starting?
Oh man.
Oh.
Is this the one? Is this the race?
Are we supposed to cheer for one?
Race ID 6969. We're going full screen.
Oh man. Honestly,
they have special skills, right? Like
the skills aren't implemented yet.
Oh, they're not? So it's just these guys racing lame like this?
Oh, the sound?
2 and 8.
Baltimore music's kind of 2 and 8. Only 2 people named their chicken.
I mean,
This is pretty bad.
You guys don't like the music? It's
But like, there's no
any
drama.
worse
You already
than
know which
Zed.
one's gonna win, though. There's no drama. They're not
Wait,
changing.
why do you already know?
Because the green one's gonna win.
I don't know.
the specials were fun.
It's like
I
Zed.
like the specials. I think we need.
Is it gonna be like Zen? They're gonna come with different speeds.
Maybe the other one catches up
Oh, what happened? They just changed cadence.
with the last 100 meter.
Okay, like the pacing is way too. This is
Yeah.
very slow.
But I find that with Zed too. Sometimes it's like the races are a little too long. Like,
Wow, this green guy is way ahead. Weren't the green ones not good? Aren't the pink ones supposed to be the best? Why are they so far behind?
why pink?
Remember when people were spending 3 ETH on those?
I think it was
Yeah.
like the class, like Sultans were the best,
Yeah.
right? Then there's, but I think you could
pink
have any
ones.
color coat. I thought, wasn't that true?
Well, I think those
Oh, green's getting
top
tired.
ones
Oh.
were pink.
Oh,
oh, he's green's dust.
Oh.
It's-
See?
wow.
See? Wow. You just fell off.
wow.
The white ones
Green
are the
got
worst
dusted.
ones. Technically, it's supposed to be.
That was pretty riveting.
It's like what's the low one on Zed called? The lowest of the like original generations.
the
that's
duckling- or
equivalent to-
dorklings. Yeah, dorklings.
Well, that's what
were
this
the-
white one is. Yeah. And then the
Congrats,
green ones
chicken
were
27229.
third. Yeah, this is like backwards. Well, obviously it's
Yeah.
chance or whatever, but I'd be pissed if I spent 3 ETH on Thor and you're getting at most $150 back on a race win.
Is that the most expensive prize pools? Like that's your best one?
No, I mean that one, this top
Oh,
one.
look at
is
this one, yeah.
120
Whoosh.
entry with
That's
a
pretty good.
1,300 prize pool. But I mean, that's the pecking order. A is probably that's probably the highest.
BD, I don't normally like criticism, take criticism well, but this is great criticism. You're 100% correct.
Honestly,
we need.
Mikey
I know.
hasn't wanted to come back.
Have you asked
Tried to
him?
get
He
him.
would come back. No, he would come back. I bet he'd come on right now.
I don't even know who BD is, but BD believes Mikey is the key to our financial.
Aren't we?
future.
Are we at sub $4 Jewel? We're dead.
I think it was. Yeah.
We're dead.
Yeah, Jules dead.
We're dead.
Jules not completely dead.
Jules, where
Um,
we originally bought in and thought when Babs
No,
bought in
I
at
bought the
5,
top
and
at
then it went
5.
to like 350 the next day, and we thought we were dead, and then it's been a long day, long time
Here's
since.
the way that you can tell if Jules dead. On Thursday's show, when I'm chatting with Pump, I don't think EC's gonna be around. I don't know. I gotta message him, but he's busy living his life on his jewel riches.
If he goes on the show when he's in Hawaii, I'm gonna smack him. Imagine talking about boring ass DeFi kingdoms when he's on his honeymoon in Hawaii. He better not go.
I'm not at liberty to share anything at the moment. Just watch their faces when I call it a farm and dump token. Just wait, because Gump gets mad when I do that, but that's what it is right now.
Oh, but it is like, what else is there to do other than summon heroes? So like, there's no jewel sync unless you're like want to degen buy and summon heroes. Like otherwise, you're kind of just you're doing you're mining it and you're dumping it, right? Like that's what I've been doing since mining came out, basically.
Yeah, because like the reason before you were buying more because of the 500%
APR, right? You're
now
you're
the APR
totally
is what,
fine.
in the 100s. So
Yeah,
people
you're
aren't
fine
as excited.
compounding, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's in the 100s and it's been nothing but down. So like, why do I want a 180 APR when the coin's nothing but down? Like it was a little easier to stomach when it was slowly going from 12 to 11 to 10 and you're still getting 300% APR. But once it got into the hundreds, it's kind of hard to hold on to when it's nothing but down.
Oh my God.
An avalanche.
Like the website for the chickens is okay.
Yeah.
But
It's like-
6 months is a
it's-
long time though.
I mean,
For
it
that.
seems just as good as Zed.
I mean, yeah, but maybe
Right.
that's the problem, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a copy of Zed, but with chickens, right?
Yeah.
Like you might as well go.
Without the special, like
Yeah,
whatever
but
they got.
how do they not have that
talents.
ready yet? Like all they've done is that just having chickens run in a straight line. Couldn't even
I
make them
mean,
in a
like you
circle.
said, like takes Zed can go in a circle, and it's been 3 years. You know,
All right, we're gonna go full FUD fest. So I have
New
by
game.
habit, I just have
Wheel of FUD.
I have yeah, right. I have Trading View up, and I just throw Ethereum on there as my default chart.
Oh,
And for a second, I forgot whether I was on Ethereum or Jewel. Like it's
is
Oh,
Ethereum?
come
down
on.
bad.
Is Ethereum under like 2,400 right now? What is it?
No, I have the 3-day chart,
No.
so I'm looking back in
Yeah,
like
okay.
September.
It's not as bad
No,
as
no.
Jules chart's still
Oh.
worse than Ethereum though.
100%, absolutely. It's just the split second, like the same pattern.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They're just both going down.
Oh God, it's so rough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to fight boredom by doing a little bit more research on projects, so I know a little bit more, so I have a little bit more conviction. Like Babs's call on the I'll call it your call because it worked this time.
Yes. Yeah, I get some credit for once.
That's right. On the what the hell was that project called?
Seeds. It was like GNSS by MGXS.
Yeah. Come on.
You can
You don't remember all those
You don't
letters,
remember those
Dangy?
letters? It was pretty easy to remember.
Like those in retrospect, obviously, I mean, I'll do the classic thing. I should have bought more, but I had moderate conviction on them. I bought a few, fine. But I think the play now is to make more concentrated bets, even in NFT world.
Yeah.
And then see what happens. Because I still believe we're going to have one or two fairly obvious mints a week. And just my problem is going to be not forcing it and not trying to make money every day.
And this is almost a good time for that.
The hard part's knowing one of those one or two a week, though, right? Like, unless you do the research, right? Like, you need the time to research, like, and kind of eliminate those ones that you think aren't going to be the 1 to 2. Like, how do you identify? And I have the same problem. Like, how do you identify the 1 to 2 a week that are worth paying attention to? Like, I like the seeds because I like the concept. You know, I did some research, and I don't do that very often anymore. But I did feel at least confident enough on the seeds that I knew I was going to get at least a couple, which in a winter is saying a lot. But like, Dangy, how do you identify? Like, how do you go about identifying the ones that you should be confident in, right? Like, it's hard. Everyone struggles with it.
Philly, just a note, if I had actually swept Serial Club instead of choosing not to sweep Serial Club this morning and just minting other things that are dust, I would have been on the stream eating cereal right now, 100%.
But you also
so
wouldn't be up, right?
Sure would.
Oh, Serial Club's up 1.135. We're
up
moving.
30%,
Wasn't it at 0.1?
Yeah, that's a huge. That's like 30% increase.
Okay,
Investments
Ducks are
don't
way
just
higher
rocket.
up than that. Ducks were like 0.08.
Investments don't just rocket out of nowhere. 30%. That's big gains.
Oh,
You
right.
just have
Yeah.
too
So
high of
do you know what has
expectations.
has 6,000% increase in volume per shill on Twitter? Is Penelope's Country Club.
Oh yeah, they're moving.
They had that like 40 per sweep that, you know, they went from a 2 ETH in volume up to 40 ETH in volume overnight.
Yeah, they're kind of hanging around 0.4, which is good. You know, I like that.
Willis, what are you doing here?
He saw the title and he had to click.
Get out of here, Willis. So today in volume on PERS, here I'll share this screen. This is a heavy screen.
You want to see a spike?
Today. Yeah, look at this volume. Height's not seen. It's off the screen. Like,
oh wow!
Going back.
Yeah,
going back to December 15th.
That was probably the only other bump up there. That was probably the roadmap day.
32 ETH.
That must have been
27
day.
23.
Wait, the per floor was 1.5 at one point. That can't be true.
No, that was the sales.
No, that's volume.
Isn't that what the blue line is?
I think that's like.
I thought
average
blue line
sale.
was for
average.
So like, this is when like that.
So there were some big ones, because it got up to point.
That one in December there's probably
because the floor got up to like 0.75, right? So
There was
there's
like
probably
a
some
5 ETH
sales at
sale
like
or
5,
something,
and yeah, there's some
like a
big ones.
gold.
I need to stop using my PERS as betting material because now they're at 0.4, it like hurts more to look at when I was giving them away like for my week bets that I
Give them away. Yeah, same.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, congrats on being acquired by Disney or whatever.
That's all it takes.
Whatever the
I mean,
latest rumor is.
He was right. Like, people don't look into things. People just read headlines.
Babs, to your point of like, how do you identify the project of the week or whatever? It's got to be froth. I mean, the Genesis GNSS, we knew it was going to be good for our group in particular because it was just straight up gas war. We didn't like it because it was 11:55. At least I didn't. I thought that would just make things weird with the listings. But when I would mint a chunk of these tokens, then they would be a chunk of 2 or a chunk of 8. So they'd be separate. So it's a little bit of a different look
I like
than
that,
what I
by the way.
expected.
Yeah, I like that.
It confused people. I was scared of some FUD because as
like
you
the
could see,
Clonex
people
did
were
that
able to
too.
mint. They would have mint the $0
Yeah.
mints afterwards, and I was afraid of them being nervous because that kind of a little different but similar happened with the Muris. How their contracts just sloppy, and they've had sloppy implementation of stuff, but they're doing fine. They're up to 0.5 or so right now. But I don't know how to find it.
I think of it like, I feel like we're in a like 3 max DFS streets where you throw 3 out there instead of throwing 150 out there. You throw at 3 different projects in the week and hope you take it down with one of them.
The thing about like those GNS, if you go back in time, like it was like perfect scenario for us. Like the website busted.
Yeah, it was like contract only, right?
Well, yeah, like people couldn't get the mint button to work on the website. Like there was 5,000 pendings. Gas was super cheap. Like looking back on it in hindsight, like if that was summer, it would have been perfect. Like I would have minted probably 10 and been happy. But I was scaredy cat with a 0.33 mint price. But looking back, like with all the pendings, how cheap gas was, the website being busted, like obviously hindsight's 2020. Wish you would have changed your approach a little bit after that, but
yeah, I think that's what it comes down to though, is like there's going to be a few of these that like even this G Money one, like that has a feel of, okay, that's maybe one you should at least be paying attention to. And then day of you can sort of decide.
Yeah, like there's always going to be a couple mints every couple weeks that are going to make money, right? Like NFTs, I don't think NFTs are ever going to be dead enough that there's nothing to mint that won't make you money. It's just, picking the right ones and just being more selective. And the days of August where we were making, you can mint anything and it would 5x 2 hours later, like those are over obviously, but there's going to be a couple every once in a while that are still, big winners. So again, just having to watch for that and like not leaving the game, right? Like it's the people that just walk away or going to never have the chance, right? Like no matter how boring it gets, I don't want to walk away. I want to keep being here for when those ones do mint, right?
I want to believe you, but I don't know.
You think I'm going?
I think you could.
I don't think I'd go. One being like, I've made a lot of friends in our little community. So like, I just have fun hanging out in our Discord. Two, like work's boring. So I'd rather, shit talk NFTs all day than, work efficiently. And 3, like I do find like everyone's advice they give is like, if you're in a bear market, like you're going to learn things, and the people that make tons of money are the ones that stick it out and are here for the next bull. So fundamentally, I don't want to leave. As sometimes it is hard with a family and a busy job, and a little bit of boredom makes it a little bit harder. But like, I don't think I'm going anywhere. Obviously,
this is the thing. I mean, Logan has this article that he likes to pump out during these times where he calls it medium board, where it's like you don't have to pay attention most of the time, but also want to be like ready for when you have to or when you should start paying attention again.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if don't completely leave or anything, but like you're sitting on the sideline ready to attack something. These mints that come up, you want to be able to remember how to mint from contract on the spot. You know, you don't want to be like completely out of it either. But yeah, there's gonna be stuff that pops up like this beanie thing. Whenever that comes out, like people are gonna come out for it. But you never know. Like people are talking about this, that we're potentially coming up to a bull. Some of the bigger projects are pumping, and maybe we see aftermath from Yuga is other projects that they announce that they're going to be combining, and then those projects run, and then that money runs to people start speculating on other projects or hearing rumors. So it's possible. And this happened after, what was it, NFT NYC, where people came out of it and started buying up specific projects that were there. Right now, we've only seen it from Doodles, but like what's going to happen after the South by Southwest? Maybe we'll see other things popping up. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything? I've literally only heard much just Doodles at that. Like I know some other projects were there, but I haven't heard anything outside of like all the Doodles tweets. Maybe it's because I follow a lot of people that are Doodles connected, but I don't know.
I haven't heard anything other than Doodles. Like that seems like to be the only talk from that, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
But like, do you guys have, you know, on the topic of 1 to 2 projects a week that you might try and attack? Do you have anything you're actually looking forward to? Like, do you have anything on your radar? And like, should we talk about that? Because like, you know, I like when other people talk about stuff because it gets things on my radar. And like the seeds, I feel like the GNS, like I'm happy I brought it up because maybe that put a little more light on it. Maybe we should do that a little more often because like just putting extra focus on things when it's not just myself thinking of it helps me. So help me out. Give me a mint.
I mean, do we think this Brick Breaker one is like actually a good one to go for? It could be. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Right.
Yeah, it's already sold out.
It's what, 0.3?
But now?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Exit liquidity for some first guy.
But I mean, the Darcels are 1.2 ETH now. The crypto breakers got up to 3 ETH. So it's some of them like you might have to do that way. The NFTU, the Portnoy stuff. That could be interesting.
We could talk separately about that. That's to me that's in a separate NFT category.
Right.
The G Money stuff, like I have similar to what Lou was saying early on about 2022 year of the game. Like I want to de-risk a significant portion of my investment before a game comes out because games are hard and games are hard to make, and it's harder to make a fun game. We saw Chicken Derby that works. It's a beta that works. I'm not going to go say, oh, I'm going to go pop some popcorn and watch some Chicken Derby. So I want to sell before then. So I'm not going to buy the G Money thing. No. Things that I'm looking forward to, Anata. I think a lot of people are in on Anata already. It's it's going to be a weird like VTuber kind of thing that's extremely off-putting to me as this generation's boomer, but you know, the kids like it as far as anonymity and that kind of thing. That's fairly obvious, I think. And the other one that I'm kind of in on is Stay Cool, just because it's already an established clothing brand. I think they're doing the annoying closed Discord Twitter thing though.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
I happen to be in there, but I think that's one that I might buy. Either I'm not going to grind a whitelist, not going to happen. Either I buy it during the mint, or I might buy it on a U at some point. That's the other one that I'm in on. Lou, do you have any that you're especially interested in?
The G Money one had been interesting to me in general. Just because he is the type of person that I could see other punk people rallying behind it, and he's pumping it as like this is the first licensed punk, like this is the first after Bored Apes, which I don't know what he was already planning before. Like I assume he was already going to connect the picture there to it because he owns it, but now he can leverage it by saying it's the first in this way. So that's what was really interesting me about that. It seems like a lot of projects that I was looking at are getting pushed on minting dates. So like that's affecting some of it too, which I think at this point it's almost hurting some of the projects because you're like, oh, this was going to be next week, and then it's like, oh, it's the end of March now. There's that like Goop Dudes one that I think is tomorrow that I wouldn't be surprised if it mints out, but I don't know if it will. I'll probably get some of the Nico core stuff from
Yeah, those
George.
look cool.
Just in general, I'm interested to see how it plays out, just the game wise. Yeah, I don't know. The Skull Tunes one is coming up that has a pretty massive following. That
Not this. Damn it.
Ratwell,
So-
like once we, I can't wait for a Tubby onesie to come out. What's this one about?
I was on Ratwell's Twitter, and that's why I was
Yeah.
finding it through Ratwell's retweets. But Super Metal Mons, they're let's go to the actual site. They're minifigure GAN NFTs. So
Mhm.
it's basically it's generative art, but they're minifigs. So I don't know. Could be a Ratwell bump, could be a CT bump. Small supply. They look weird. I don't know. That's like a 1 out of 10 confidence score. I'll look at it because I'm bored, but probably not doing anything
Depends
about
on who's like pumping it. Oh, you
Yep.
know which one? I think it's going to be next week. That I think is going to be one
it.
that
This is
we
a
all
good one,
mint.
Babs.
Is the Juice Box Friends?
Oh yeah, I don't know
You see
that one. Oh,
That one I think could get pumped, specifically from like that Top Shot Twitter cohort with like the pseudos, Plunge Father, like back when original Cool Cats pump was happening. I think it's gonna be similar people to that.
People
the
that just
Artist
love to
is one
hold.
of them.
Just love to hold.
Right?
Those
Hey,
are our
that
best.
would be
Those
good,
are our
though.
favorites. Yep.
It's only a 0.025. to me.
Yeah, see, I
Love
like
that.
some of those. Yeah, because
Um,
you're not there's the downside. You know, I don't like
One's
free mints
memeable.
anymore because like if I'm free mints, it's 1 out of maybe 15 that are any good. But the 0.025, like it's kind of nice. Like you
Yeah.
still got to put a little skin in the game, but there's not a huge downside either.
Like the lemons.
Yeah, it's like lemons to me. Like,
Yeah.
are you gonna bring that up, Dangy?
Oh yeah.
So like this is
this
mine.
one pushed back, didn't it? No,
So
they
yeah,
pushed it, I thought.
I think they changed the format of the drop. Originally it was going to be Dutch auction, and now they're changing it. I actually don't know what the actual mint day is now. I think it's the end of March, I wanted to say. But this is probably the one I have my eye on the most, mainly being kind of checks all the boxes of what we like. You see it on down the roadmap. It has, it's play to earn game. It's got a built out roadmap with land and staking and all the things that we like. But actually, it seems like they have a 30-person team. Elliott Trades is a big name with a big following and a lot of people who love to follow him. He's kind of in that Alex Becker kind of cult, I would say. So like, it interests me that way. I'm looking forward to this one the most. I hope there's enough for public that it's not just all whitelist, especially because they're not doing the Dutch auction thing anymore. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, so that's why I remember this one. They're the ones that got like ripped apart for a Dutch auction, and then they're like, "We're just not going to do it anymore."
Yeah, basically, because everyone was kind of ripping people apart after the Pixelmon and the Serial Club, and I can't remember what else. Everyone's kind of like just had enough of the Dutch auctions after that, but
then Muri today,
I think it's the high price starting point Dutch auctions are what people were really hating, and I think they were going to start this one at 3, I think. So that's why they kind of changed it.
Oh yeah,
right.
And then there was that other one. What was it called? People are ripping them apart. It was like a 4.2 starting Dutch auction.
Oh, I can't
forget
remember
what it was called. Wasn't it like? It was like clouds. They were like clouds or something, weren't they?
Oh, Friends with You or something.
Friends with You. That was it. Yeah,
I didn't pay attention to that one.
And they were getting ripped apart, and they're like, no, we're going to lower it to 3.3. And I was like, no, you guys are missing the point. It's the fact that we don't want to pay 3 for your item. Like, you know.
God.
And Farouk is like backing them and being like, no, I like talked to them. They seem genuine about it. You don't have to pay it at that high of a price. It's like, I don't know. That Beanie, yeah, we were all on Beanie's side, Jesse, for that one. It's funny. Now Beanie's like turned into the good guy in a way. I don't know. He's like, I don't know if we want to call it the good guy. He's like speaking for the good guys though. He's done a 180, and you know the real reason behind it is because he's about to come out with a project. But
I don't.
That'll be a smash whenever that comes out.
Oh, what
whatever the beating project, the mint it
was that
for free.
Was that the Lux Lab like connection one somehow? I was a little bit confused by what's going on with that one. Endgame, right? Yeah,
Baroque and Putin as villains.
Yeah. I would mint that one if it's free, right? Like I actually like appreciate that. Like come out with a game and prove yourself after, right? Like make especially someone like Beanie kind of has to redeem himself. I'm surprised actually he's still around. People kind of just accepted him back, but that goes to show how short of memories we all have in this space.
Yeah, they don't care.
Many passes, Baltimore. Yeah. I think he's saying that you need the Lux Lab pass, but I thought there's only 1,000 of them.
Maybe that's the only way you can get in. I wasn't sure.
Unless those people can mint more than one.
It's not free if you needed the Lux Lab pass. That's kind of contradictory.
That's, I mean, I thought that was just for like a waitlist where you got
you
got the guaranteed one, and those are a floor of like 0.7 now. But I thought there was only 1,000 count of those Lux Lab passes.
I really need to clean up my Discords. I was in the Baby Deluxe Discord still.
What's that one?
That meant to January 8th.
From the Bears? The bear one?
Yeah. The Pixel Bears.
They had their own.
I was still in there.
Discord for the babies?
Apparently.
I'm on.
God. What am I doing with my life?
Like my problem is like the only whitelist I'm on right now that I'm like at all interested in is the sneaky internet friends. And then like the rest of mine, I feel like are just going to be dust. Like, I don't know if I'm on anything else. Like, and that's kind of depressing too. Just doesn't seem like there's as many good projects coming out, or maybe there is, and I just can't get whitelist on any of those.
And are you even going to mint like ones that you are on the list for?
No, like they're all probably dust, right? Like the majority of them don't look like, Like I'm even on
these drafts aren't going to be good.
I'm even on the food god one, like the silly sushi or whatever. I'm on that one, but like, is that one going to be good? Like the artist is popular. He's like got a huge following, but they look kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Jesse is saying Possessed is going to be great. I don't even know what Possessed is. You know what Possessed
Pull that one up. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm in that one.
I don't know that one.
Oh my God. It's just so. Is it the market or is it me? Like, because I go through these cycles of just like, do I care? Am I interested? What are we doing? And I don't know if it's the cycle or if it's me.
Sit in the long-term ones. Well, yeah. I mean, something like the deluxe one, I think, is a little more obvious.
Oh yeah, I remember that. This one looks kind of cool. Like the art looks kind of cool. I know what he's talking about now.
The Possessed?
Yeah. It's like the Possessed NFT is the Twitter account.
Oh my God. Jesse, you're cracking me up today. They've been getting a lot of organic hype. And look at this Twitter account. 68,000 followers.
Yeah, it's organic.
No Discord.
This one looks good. So you said?
Yeah, it looks like the art looks okay. I mean, people like that style, right? It's kind of like Three Landers, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like backwards Three Landers. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Are they animated? Or
I'm not sure if they all are. There's not like a. But like the art looks okay. Like you'll like that kind of style.
I mean, if they're all animated, that's
I'm not sure
cool
if they're all animated like that, but
there's no way. Maybe just the teasers. But if they're all animated, then these are going to go nuts.
It could be cool. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. All right. Doesn't look as bad as maybe thought.
Yeah, it could be
No,
okay.
I mean, I like
I just
him.
hate those like let's hype it before we have a Discord, and then like everyone's clamoring to get in, and then
Get
there's
in on this next
whitelist
1,000
for
people.
vibes, and yeah, like you just know it's going to be one of those.
Yeah, remember that the guy the Twitter guy who was like, let's do the 0.33 ETH. Whatever happened to that one? He hasn't tweeted in a few days. Yeah, sounds about right.
Ugh. So dark. Okay. How? So you got to be medium interested, right? Okay.
Like you
I think that kind
refunded
of makes
people.
sense.
He refunded people apparently. The Ash Pass. That's what his pin tweet says.
Yeah,
I didn't
should
realize
fuck
he
with
refunded
FOMC.
them.
That'll bring the mood up.
I mean, it's better than fully
do we-
rugging.
Do we want to do Lodden? Do we want
Yeah.
to get Lodden ideas from the chat? Do we want to hang?
Yeah,
wanna do?
I had that
Let's do a
original
couple
Lodden,
Lodden.
but I tweeted
Let's
it.
do a couple Lodden before we get out of here.
Okay.
People in the chat can ask the questions.
Yeah,
That's right.
I had
More
a
jobs
lot
for
of things that I tweeted out something and apparently my number was wrong, but it was about how many times the shill has read the roadmap 2.0.
Yeah, that was a good one. Were you low or high?
Apparently I was low for not starting it at like the first range should have been 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 because he's like I can only pick 15 plus.
Oh,
it was
my
like
God.
80% of people pick 15 plus.
How many true fans? I guess you might
gotta meet
in
him in
NFT world. You
person.
just need one true fan. Maybe that's what it takes.
Would you meet him in person if given the chance? You
The
just don't
shill?
meet anybody in person. I feel like he's on
I'd
the
meet
list
the
of
shill
someone
with
you'd meet
other
in person.
with
Yeah.
other people. I don't think I'd do it alone.
You get in a crew. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if
Fair.
So this is.
I'm gonna
this
meet
is
Tony
too-
next week.
this is-
IRL.
Congratulations!
Oh, but you met on video though. That's kind of right.
Yeah, but
This is too inside, but I'm the guy. Like I'll wait in the car until I see at least two other people like meeting. If I'm meeting random people, because I don't want to be one on one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, dude.
I'll wait.
Oh, so like
Yeah,
if we had like a meetup and it was me waiting in front of the restaurant, you'd wait till Lou shows up before you came out of your car.
That's correct.
That's
I don't know about you guys. Like you guys are on a different level, but like
oh, if it
the
was like
shill,
someone you,
for example.
Yeah, not like every time, but if it's at a thing where you already don't know anyone, you only know like two people, you wait for like that person. It like at a wedding. I've done that before.
I think I'm
you
the
like wait
only
for your
person.
friend to show up.
I think I'm the only person that knows who the shill really is, because I helped him buy his first purr. I can't dox him. He asked me not to either, but I think I'm the only person that knows who it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I helped him buy a purr. He
Did
didn't
you?
dox himself to me.
How many purrs is he
like
buying?
a liquidity pool. That's
Like,
I mean,
like fully docs.
I helped him
he
buy his
has
first
a
one.
lot
Yeah,
of
no,
purrs.
like I know
He has more
his
purrs
his
than you.
actual name.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations.
I know.
Does he have? Is he a multi-counter?
Well, yeah, like Shill's not his main account. That's his parody. Like I can be a jackass account, right?
Interesting.
That means that you are in before the shill.
I know when the shill got in.
Well, and what's interesting is like I'm trying to like narrow it down about when the shill is active, and a person that I thought it might be, it doesn't line up with their life. So no, it's not that person.
So it would be no. So I'll let you save your time. It's no one that you know. It's just someone who like his first NFT was a purr, and he loves the purrs now, right? Like it's not like it's not like Carlini's son, who you probably think it is, but no, it's just a guy.
It's not like
fell
an
in love with
alter
the
ego
community.
of someone.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Well, we've gotten 0 loddens from the
Yeah.
chat. I'm trying to think.
Oh,
I wasn't
we're
even
taking
thinking
it
of
from
any.
chat.
Well, I thought they would give us one, maybe, like, because they like
Yeah.
to watch us and they
Or
don't do
Pump
anything.
likes to give us.
give us a like theme at least to one. Do we still have the wheel of names out there?
I can get a wheel of names. Oh, for topics? Maybe not.
Okay, here's one. What does Lou think that the Bored Ape floor will be at December 31st, 2023?
Oh, 2023. Oh,
So that's
So,
in.
like,
that's true,
like,
Scott. Does sound like Davis.
that's like how many months from now? Like 20 months or so.
Do you want ETH or USD? Because some people are doing bets on based on USD value.
Yeah, let's do USD just because that takes away the potential ETH price changes. Because I think when you have an asset that much, the USD value actually matters. So what is it right now? If you go look for reference point,
It's about 250K or so.
is it okay?
Babs, does that hurt to look at it? Like, what do you feel when you go look at the Bored Ape floor?
When you look at the USD of it,
Like hurt because I sold.
Yeah.
but he
I
sold
mean,
around this floor.
I sold above current floor still.
Yeah. But I mean, like, do you check that? Are you like not like when you check it regularly, but like
I've been checking it lately a lot because a couple people in our little neck of the woods have been trying to sell, and it like interests me because I was cheering for them to sell. Like it's a big win for anyone, so like I've been paying attention. After the Yuga Labs deal, I've been watching it. I just like to look because I do think it matters for NFTs as a whole, whether or not Bored Apes is running or not running. Gives a good indication of how excited people are in the current market for me. And I just like to look because I've always liked Bored Apes. I know a lot of people don't. I just like to look. I would never buy at these prices, but I always just like to look. So no, it doesn't hurt me at all.
okay. All right. So it's about 250. What do we think
It's
it'll be?
237. So I just checked. The floor is 93, and that's 237 grand.
What does Lou think it'll be? Lou thinks it'll be. Okay. All right. I've got my number. Lou, did you write your number down?
Oh, yeah.
I went obvious. I'm sorry. But I mean, whatever.
Okay. I don't know if what you think is obvious is going to be what I wrote down.
420.
I put, can you not see it? It's
No.
333.
Oh,
333?
up.
Yeah, I think in that period of time, they're going to go up.
It's tough. You asking me that question today, very different than last week. I think the way that I would think of it. Because now that they don't have the punks competing against and they have them like under their wing, I think that helps them not go downwards, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess that's the bull case is, NFTs are still around. Bored Apes keep transferring to people
They're
that
the
only
top one.
hold, keep transferring to people that will never sell. I guess the bear case for me
More
is
reasons to hold them between now and then as well.
Yeah. Yeah. The bear case for me is eventually they just like, they're cool right now. Athletes and celebrities own them right now. 20 months from now, do people still care?
Well, that's the bull case as well, is that there's more athletes in it. There's less commoners, as you can word it. Like you just named like 4 people in our Discord just sold them off. So like that's 4 more that are going into hands of other people that are willing to buy something for 250K.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my thought of like why it could still be up.
For sure.
I don't know.
Mine's more.
Mine's
more. I don't know. What the NFT market will be in 20 months.
Yeah.
Like that's probably the biggest question for me is, that's a long time from now. And I guess it could go anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised at any outcome, to be honest. So, good question.
Well, the US dollar is going to be devalued, so then the number's going to go up. So,
yeah,
there
exactly.
you go.
Yeah, we're all going to be in
It's gonna
depression
cost
by
less than
then.
a house
So.
at that point, you know. Can't buy a
That costs
house
us a lot
for
of houses right now.
$420K.
My house was right about that price.
That's what I mean. There's not that many houses that are under 400K anymore.
It's crazy. All right, I like the one that Philly had. How many NFTs has SA? I want to leave Marcus out of that just because Marcus was a victim of a scam recently. So we'll do SA. Yeah, we'll do how many NFTs SA has minted. And SA is just a serial minter. If people don't know SA and they happen to be watching the show for some unknown reason, he just mints everything. It's great, and he mints a shitload of everything.
So is this he can, like, if he minted 30 in one NFT collection, that counts as 30.
Okay. Correct.
Yeah. And this is what Babs is guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, Iceman, I think you might be a little bit late to go get your water from the creek to go wash your clothes. So you might have to go make that trip before sundown, depending on if sun's down already where you are.
Yeah, I think he's in Minnesota.
I don't know. This guess might be ridiculous, but no, that might be too high.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Babs?
I'm talking out loud. My thought process.
But we're trying to guess what you guess.
Yeah,
I'm just like, leak that you think that number might be high.
Yeah, what if I was putting down like 20? You know.
But you don't know what number I'm thinking is high in my head.
Well, it wouldn't be 20.
Yeah, I'm going with this. Okay, I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yeah, I said 2,500.
2,000. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, your number was that.
But it is way more than 2,000. There's way more than. Yeah.
Minted.
That's 2,000's too low.
You know that like 2,000 is that's still, let's see. Let's say he does 60 in a project. That's still 30 projects doing 60 of.
He's done at least 30 projects where he's done 60. No?
I think there's a lot more where he like goes in and gems them after though, right?
Maybe.
That's the thing is like,
maybe I was
minting it specifically.
That's an average of 208 NFTs a day for him to mint.
Oh yeah, that's
in a year.
That's too many. That's too many.
That's a good way to think of it.
Why? When did he start? No, because he probably started late too, right? He probably started in. Like he probably started.
Oh, this is the problem.
July, right?
Oh, I fucked up. I thought it was just 2022. I might not have communicated that.
Yeah.
It's not that
see, that's not enough. He probably
2,000.
started in July, right? So how many days was July?
31.
No,
so
that's half a year.
8 months. 8 months.
8 months times
let's say like 250 days. Yeah.
Yeah, 250
days. That's 60 a day.
That's not bad. He could do 60 a day.
That's averaging 60 a day.
Yeah. Okay, maybe if I the minting thing threw me off. I should have done how many like NFTs has he either bought or like that's what I was thinking in my head. The minting thing probably made my number way too high. I think he's way above 2,000 though. Like 2,000 is too low. I think he's in the middle. Because like I bet I've minted more than 2,000.
I don't know.
Maybe.
There was a glitch in my like NFT bank at one point in time, and it said that I had like 190,000 NFTs that like came in and out of my wallet in one of the months.
Yeah, like maybe
what?
Yeah, maybe not quite 2,000, but I'm probably at 1,500, and SA has minted way more than me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, folks, this has been fun. I mean, NFTs are great. They're great. I mean, mint and print. Just got to find the good ones and then sell them to poor second guys who just have infinite money. Please keep your infinite money. if you are a praying folk, pray for FOMC stuff that's not crazy. If you have crystals, like if you're a crystal person, put your crystals in the right configuration. I don't even know how crystals work.
Do we get minutes tomorrow? No, the meeting is tomorrow, but we don't find out for like a month, I thought.
I don't know.
Right?
Oh, is that? I thought people were all worried about it on Tuesday. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, but then Yellen came out with her statement and people are all happy again. The meeting is tomorrow, but I don't know if we actually learn anything tomorrow. Like it might be, like nothing's announced.
If you believe that your prayer or behavior might impact the meeting, now is the time to do that. Because I mean, the minutes are already written. But then I guess you could pray and do your crystals all throughout, because there's going to be somebody transcribing and editing the minutes between this week and then whenever the minutes go out. So your prayers could be answered anytime. So pray for good numbers. I don't even know what a good number would be. It's probably 0.25 they priced in. Anyway, bye.